Hey guys, it's Marta. We have a very chilly and windy afternoon here in Poland. Today I wanted to take you for a walk in my garden and I wanted to show you a few perennials that bloom very early in the season. Let's begin. We are having such a chilly spring here in Poland and I'm really missing those warm days that you can walk around in the garden just with your short sleeves. But the bulbs are really enjoying it. The tulips will bloom for a really long time because when it's colder they don't have spent petals as fast as they would in the warmer weather. The first perennial that I wanted to talk about is Brunnera. Brunnera is an incredible plant. You can get them with green leaves, but I absolutely adore those with the light speckles. My favorite Brunneras are Jack Frost, Silver Heart and Sea Heart. They are very similar. They have very light leaves with the white speckles. And they almost glow in the dark. When you come here in the evening, it's getting dark, but you can see those patches of they are reflecting light, so it looks beautiful. This perennial is mainly grown for the beautiful leaves, the heart-shaped leaves, but also for the flowers. It blooms for 3 weeks here, and it has the blue flowers that look like forget-me-nots. I absolutely love them because when they start blooming we have tulips and it looks beautiful, as you can see, with the tulips, but then we have a lot of alliums blooming here and it still blooms, so it's wonderful. 3 weeks of blooming, that is a lot. What I love about Brunneras is how fast they grow. When you buy a small plant, you can expect the full size of a plant in 2 to 5 years, depending on the type of soil you have, how rich that is. In our garden, they've been blooming, these ones have been blooming for 4 to 5 years, and I've already started dividing them and putting them in the ground because I love them so much. So if you're just starting with your garden and you want a lot of impact fast, you can buy this plant and it will grow very, very fast and it will give you beautiful appearance. The best position to grow Brunneras is shade and semi-shade, and who doesn't want flowers in the shade? This is wonderful about them. You can try to grow them in a bit more sunny position, but the leaves can get burnt in the sun. So I prefer to grow them in semi-shade, and I think this is the best position for them. In my garden, they grow best in very rich soil, a lot of humus, a lot of compost there, and it has to be moist but well drained, and then they just perform like crazy. In this border, I had this idea to have the Brunneras combined with pastel tulips. So we have a lot of white tulips like Purissima and Exotic Emperor, and also pink flaming Purissima, and the Prince tulips, which are purple, the dark purple and light purple, and also white. So I think this pastel composition works very well with them. Is it an easy plant to take care of? I think yes, very, very easy. And then you get all of those rewarding flowers, beautiful leaves. I will show you what to do when it stops blooming. I have another one there. This is just one plant. I have planted it a few years ago and it is loving this space. I've paired it at the beginning, I've paired it with orange peony-like tulip, and it blew my mind. It looked really, really beautiful. I still have one orange tulip from that year, most of them diminished. But this year I've planted the dusty pink mixed with orange, and it also looks beautiful. So you have a lot of combinations that you can use it with. It will look also beautiful with white alliums and purple alliums. Later in the year, when I cut off the flowers, so when they are spent, I will show you just with one. I will take this stalk with these little leaves, and then the plant will look more like a hosta. It will have bigger leaves, maybe not as big as hostas, but they will be definitely bigger than this. And it still looks beautiful. It is a big clump with silver leaves. Then I pair it with catmint. Here I have Six Hills Giant. This is a really huge, as the name suggests, this is a really huge catmint, and it looks also beautiful with that. In the other border that we are just in, I pair it with my hydrangeas Annabelle, and it also looks beautiful. It is a very low plant. It doesn't grow higher than 1/2 meter, so usually I think in our garden it's like 30 centimeters when it has the big leaves. So it looks beautiful as the first layer of the border, and then we have the Annabelles behind it. The second perennial I wanted to share with you is called Dicentra. You probably know it as bleeding heart. This one I have in a pot, but I also have some in the border. I will show them to you in a second. This one has white hearts, but the other one has the pink ones. You might know Dicentras with green leaves, but I absolutely adore those chartreuse leaves. They are beautiful. They look, to me, they look almost unreal. The color is incredible, and this is also a perennial that loves semi-shade and shade. Now I'll take you to the border that is next to my magnolia tree. I've got 5 plants there, and first I planted 3 Dicentras 3 years ago, but when I saw how they look in the border, I added 2 more 2 years ago, and this view is incredible. I just need to show you. Okay, welcome to Dicentra heaven. Look at this plant. What do you think? When I saw it for the first time, it looked so unreal to me. The beautiful foliage, those perfectly shaped hearts, they look like jewels. So I'm in love with this plant. It loves shady positions, semi-shade, and it loves rich soil. I believe it will grow best in neutral or slightly alkaline soils. But if you give it rich in humus, in compost, and it will have a moist bottom, it will be very, very happy. If those plants are well watered and they will not get dry in the middle of spring, they will last for longer. If you have them in dry conditions, they might diminish at the beginning of summer. So you will enjoy them only in spring. But we have learned, because we have a lot of rain, that we can enjoy those flowers for the whole summer, and they will just start to diminish at the beginning of fall. So you just need to give them a lot of water. The third perennial I wanted to show you is phlox, moss phlox, but here, look at the tulips. Aren't they just beautiful? As you know, in our garden we get a lot of rain, but we also have a lot of gravel walkways and this little plot. And that is a lot of gravel, and I wanted to add a bit of color. And a few years ago I planted the moss phlox or creeping phlox. That is an alpine, and it loves very good conditions that are very well drained. And I thought maybe that is a good idea to put it in this gravel, and we'll see how it goes. And it loved it there. We've been having it for, I don't know, maybe 6 or 7 years, and it's a huge pillow of flowers in the spring, and then it stays green all year long. It will be more green when we have warm weather, and in the winter it will be like dirty green. But it is an evergreen perennial. But the best moment of it is in spring. It looks really like a pillow of pink flowers. Not only pink, you can get a lot of flowers, a lot of colors. You can get purple, you can get white, you can get pink. They are just perfection, and it looks beautiful next to other plants, and it is a very, very low plant, and it really makes a huge impact in spring. I have planted a few plants here last year, and look at them. They are like tiny balls of flowers. I just love them. And watching the other one there growing each year bigger and bigger and looking so beautiful, I really wanted more of them, because I have a few spaces that are really well drained, that have a lot of gravel and a sunny position. This is the key to growing them. Here I have my old one, and it's so much bigger. It is just starting to bloom. You can see a lot of green and few pink flowers, but in, I think, 2 weeks time, maybe not, in a week time, you will not see the green. It will be just a sea of tiny pink flowers. It looks beautiful with my azaleas, perfection. I will show you another one that I have in front of my house. Can you see this? There's a funny story about this plant. There are 3 plants put here. As I have a YouTube channel, I get a lot of plants as a present. So I got a lot of phlox and I put them in the ground, but I had a few white ones, which I didn't want to put them in the gravel that is there because it's white and I knew it wouldn't look good, and I wasn't sure where to put them. And I was walking with them around the garden thinking, where is a sunny place that has a lot of gravel where I can put it in, and that was the only place. I put it in here, and this phlox is the best phlox we had. It looked beautiful during the winter. It was like the green was incredible. It wasn't like matte. It was beautiful, just perfect green. So very early in spring it started blooming. As you can see, it is you cannot see the green now because it has so many flowers. Those plants were tiny. They were really, really small, and they grew all season. Perfection. Let me know in the comments which perennial was your favorite, and maybe you have it in your garden. Let us know how you grow that. Let me know what are the earliest blooming perennials in your garden and which zone you live in. I really like to add more flowers in the spring garden, and perennials are beautiful because you don't have to dig them like the tulips. You have to dig them every year. With perennials, you just let them be and they give you the beautiful show every year. Okay guys, that's it for today. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up, please consider subscribing, and we'll see you in the next one.